Welcome back to the Catnip Podcast. My name is Grace and today is Monday, October 4th. It's October, everyone. This is a podcast about knitting, books, baking, and cats, but most importantly knitting because that is what I love to do all day, every day. I have various social medias that you can follow me on. I have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Ravelry. I'm most active on Instagram, even though right at this very moment when I'm recording, Facebook and Instagram are completely down and they are not working, and to be honest with you, it's actually kind of nice not having to worry about it, but also I am catching myself wanting to go and look at those things quite frequently throughout the day, even though they're down, which I feel like is a sign. I also have links to things that I will be talking about in my show notes. All of that will be on my blog, so if you are on YouTube, the link to my blog will be down below, or if you are on my blog already, everything is already there. I also work at a yarn shop. It is called Pearly Girls. It is in Spring, Texas. We went online just this past weekend, so if you have been wanting to buy something from us or just check out our shop but you live far away, you can do that now because we are selling online. So that is so exciting. So if you want to check out our shop or various social medias, or if you are available to come and hang out with us in person, we would love that. All that information will be in the show notes as well. So if you have any questions about anything, or if I have forgotten to include anything or something like that, feel free to send me a message, or if you just want to say hello, I would love that as well. I did a lot this week, and I'm very proud of myself. So we're just gonna get right into it because I have one finished object, as you may have been able to tell if you watched last week's episode. I have a finished object. And some other finished objects as well. Yay! So if you like to grab something tasty to drink, something to snack upon, something to craft upon, an animal to snuggle, laundry to fold, maybe you are on your lunch break, maybe you are just hanging out, maybe you are baking, I don't know, preparing dinner, just relaxing, whatever brings you joy, and you can come back and join me for some crafty chat. This is not a freshly made coffee because I made it and then realized that I needed to put dinner in the crock pot in order for it to be done around a dinner-ish time, and so I let this sit, and thankfully it is still relatively warm. It's not as hot, but at least it's relatively warm, and at least it's not cold, because that would, if it's iced coffee it's one thing, but if it's like hot coffee that's cooled down, that's a no-go. That's a no-go. And then I suppose in that case you just pour it over ice and then it's iced coffee and it's much better. Problem solved. You know, you just make things work. So, everyone, we have some exciting, big things to talk about this week. First of all, the Mystery Knit Along starts this coming Friday. I don't know if you are familiar with the wonderful Stephen West. If you are new to the podcast, I am quite the fan. I participate in his Mystery Knit Along every year. For the most part, I have done almost all of them, which is really exciting, and I am just so excited. I hate to use that word over and over again, but I am truly so excited to be participating in this one this year. It is shawlography, which is a combination of choreography and shawl, obviously. And I have my yarn all wound up. I did it this past Thursday, I think, while I was at work. It's all wound up. It's ready to go. I have another finished object. I finished a big, massive thing, and my needles have been freed up, so that's really wonderful. It's all in my bag. It's ready to go. I'm so excited. So that is starting on Friday. We will go over my yarns in just a little bit. But first of all, let us go over the finished objects, everyone. What? last week I made the personal goal to finish 4 items that were very close to being done, or I knew that I could finish them within the week. And I did in fact do that, everyone. I did in fact do that. I passed with flying colors. I'm currently wearing one of them because I didn't wait. I didn't procrastinate like I normally always do. And I immediately blocked all my things. I wove in my ends. It's ready for pictures this coming week and I can wear it. It's also still warm outside, but it's a little cooler, so we are just kind of making it work. Also, it's just so amazing. I love this so much. I can't wait to take pictures of it. This is the Woolen Honey sweater by Andrea Mowry. It is a top-down yoked sweater. We've got some short rows in the back, and then you have these wonderful elongated cable-y things with garter stitch for the main body. We do have shorter sleeves, but obviously you can make them longer if you wanted to. I made mine cropped. I believe the pattern is also for a cropped length as well. I used Knit Picks palette in the Pumice Heather colorway. This is one of the few projects that doesn't actually have a Ravelry project page on my Ravelry. I don't know why. So I couldn't begin to tell you when I started it, but I do know it was a couple years ago. I do know that, and it's done now, and I am just over the moon. I am so in love with this sweater. I am so excited. It's a new favorite. I love it so much, which is why I'm wearing it, because I really wanted to wear it because, again, I love it so much. And it was also kind of one of those things where, like, I've been particularly unmotivated to do the normal Monday things because it's Monday. And so when I feel that way, I usually try a little bit harder to, like, wear a fancy pair of earrings, a big pair of earrings. I've got hoops on. I do make more effort into just, like, doing self-care, but also like wearing clothes that make me feel good. So that involved wearing this sweater, and I think I accomplished it kind of. Either way, it's a wonderful sweater. I would highly recommend it. It's definitely not a beginning sweater, but adventurous beginner for sure. And obviously if you haven't made many sweaters before, this is just wonderful. It is great. Woolen Honey by Andrea Mowry. I'm going to take pictures this coming week. So potentially by the time this comes up, or this comes out, or by the time you see this, I may have posted pictures. I would assume that Ravelry, or not Ravelry, by Instagram and Facebook will be fixed by that point. I would hope so. Be very intense if it was not. And yeah, so this is finished object number 1. Finished object number 2, we have one of my test knits that I have completed for Rachel of September Knits. This is the Jensen Cardigan, and I have posted a preview picture of this on my Instagram, so if you want to go check that out. I'm not sure when exactly this is coming out, but when it does come out, I will post more pictures, obviously. This is a long, comfy, cozy cardigan. We love alliteration with pockets. I went for the white on the inside of the pockets. I also went for lengthening my sleeve cuff thing in order to make thumb holes. I am so happy with that decision. I did in fact write down the instructions of what I did in my Ravelry project page. So when that comes out, if you are interested, or I mean it applies to really any sleeve that you are making. That's just how I input thumb holes into my sleeves, which this is the second time that I've done this, and it will definitely not be my last. I did put buttonholes in this collar, and I got too excited before I took pictures, and so my pictures don't have buttons. But that's okay. Whenever I find the right buttons, I will be ready to go, because I do have 5 buttonholes, as you can see right there. And yeah, I'm just very excited. I used yarn from Hobbii, Hobbii. I used their Diablo, which is their mohair base, and then I also used the Mega Ball, We Heart Yarn Mega Ball, I don't know what you want to call it, in the powder blush colorway, and I actually held those 2 together. This sweater is a DK weight pattern, but you can obviously make adjustments with your gauge to make it fit the yarn that you want to use, which is what I did. I'm so happy with how this turned out. Like this, the way these 2 yarns look together is like exactly what I was hoping for, and so I just can't even. It's your traditional raglan, top-down cardigan. It's very, there's lots of sizes, so if you want to make it more oversized, you can. If you want to make it more form-fitting, you can. There, like I said, there's a bunch of sizes, so the options are quite endless. You don't have to add pockets if you don't want. There's various lengths. I believe there's a cropped length, there's a hip length, and then there's a full length. And I went with the hip length, I think. I don't remember. I don't remember. But either way, whatever length I did, it's in my show notes. I did make the size 3, if that is helpful. I don't remember. It gave me quite a bit of positive ease, which is what I was going for. So, because like I said last week, if I'm picking any type of ease, we are going positive, and we're going lots of positive ease, because I prefer that. I think that is most comfortable for me and my style. So I love this. This got done. So this is finish object number 2, and we still have 2 more. Like, I am so over the moon with my progress this week, everyone. I'm feeling so good, so mighty fine. Did I work on anything else? I did, but only one other thing, so. It doesn't matter in the end, you know, because I got 4 projects done. Actually, no, I worked on 2 other things. So everyone, here's my lumpy space. It is done. It is blocked, but the ends are not woven in. It is so nice, and it smells so good. Let me just sing to you about my lumpy space. I won't tell you about it, I'll just sing to you about it. How about that? If you're new to the podcast, I love singing. I will sing about anything and everything. I make up songs all the time. It's awesome. I hope that is enjoyable to you. I think it's funny, and I enjoy doing it, so that's why I do it. Anyway, My Lumpy Space by Stephen West. This has been on my needles since about April, maybe. So in the grand scheme of things, compared to previous and other projects on my needles, this is pretty good. I'm pretty proud of this, considering all the other things that have gone on in my life, knitting and non-knitting related. I am proud of this. Yes. And I freed up, like I said, I freed up my very, very long needles for the mystery knit along. I do have to weave in my ends, and then again, I hope to take pictures of this coming week, because I love it so much. What yarns did I use, you may be wondering. It's on my Ravelry, so that is good. I am planning on weighing the the yarns that I used because some of the yarns I use like hardly any of, which I knew was a thing. But I just want to share that information with everyone. If you are planning on knitting this, you don't need a full skein for really any of the colors, depending on your gauge. I know that's very unique to me, my gauge. But still, this middle color, which is here in the diamond shape and also striped with the green, is, we're going to try and remember the bases and the names. Okay. It's tough, rough or tough customer, and it's the singles base from Farmer's Daughter's Fibers. So that is this. This blue section, which is a blue and gray stripe, the blue is Hoarfrost from Hue Loco. It's her singles base, and then it is Manos Uruguay in the antique lace colorway. And it's the Fino base. And then this green, which is just so amazing, is the Oh Dang base from Farmer's Daughter's Fibers. It's like their brushed Surrey alpaca, baby up, whatever you want to call it. And it is in the Knick colorway. And then, everyone, I decided to go with a lighter, more subdued color for my picot bind off, which did take me many days to do. But I divided it up and it was all fine in the end. I used, what's this called? Happy Accident by Suburban Stitcher, I think. It's very hard to tell, but it's a very light gray purple with a bunch of fun speckles that are in the same color family. And I think it just adds a nice different color. I know it's very hard to see when I'm holding it like this, but I think it's a nice addition opposed to what I had planned to do originally. And also, I was not gonna do a picot bind off with a single strand of mohair around this entire thing. That would have been no fun. So I did not do that. And I am just so happy with how it turned out. I am so excited, and I think it's like the most fuzzy, amazing thing, and I can't wait to like actually get good use out of it. If you're wondering how you wear this thing, you wear it like you would any other shawl. One of the many ways. It's great. I'm just so excited. I just can't even. This is finished object number 3. What? Can we even? No, I cannot even. You can't even. I can't even. We all can't even. So fourthly, and lastly, but by no means leastly, which I've said that before, and I always think it's funny when I say that. Is leastly even a word? I don't know. It doesn't matter because I wanted to say it, so I said it. Here's another test knit. I am test knitting this. This is the High Point cowl for Casey of Casey Knits, and it is completely done. It is not blocked, but it is done, and I'm just very happy with how this turned out. I used Skein Yarn Merino Silky Singles, and it's merino and silk in the Savannah colorway. It's all lace, nice texture. We've got some reverse stockinette in these little sections, and then we've got twisted rib at the top and the bottom. So this needs to be blocked. This will be photographed. I have a lot of things to photograph, and that is a very happy problem to have. So yes, This is not out yet. I'm not 100% sure when this is coming out, but I do believe it may potentially be this week. Either this week or next week. I don't remember. Don't remember. But either way, if you follow me on Instagram, when it starts working again, if you follow me on Instagram, you will hopefully be aware when it comes out. I will be posting it, and you should definitely follow Casey of Casey Knits because she just creates the most wonderful things. This is a really great one skein project. It is also a really good gift project, which is probably what this will end up being, and I'm just very excited to gift this. I think this will be a really awesome gift for the coming holidays, and it was very fun. The lace was very intuitive. There are charted and written instructions if that is, if you prefer one over the other, you have the option of picking, which is really great. Everything is very clearly written. This is my first time testing for Casey, and I hope to test for her again in the future. So it was really wonderful, and I would highly recommend this. This is the high point cowl, and yeah, just again, keep your eyes out for when this comes out. Keep your eyes peeled for when this comes out. There we go. And make yourself one, make others one. It's a great gift knit. Can't go wrong. So those were my 4 finished objects, and I'm actually going to take this off now because it is getting warm on top of the wool sweater that I am already wearing. So that's very exciting. I am very proud of myself for getting all that done. And it wasn't like too much of a chore. It wasn't difficult to do. It was just very like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I don't need to think about it too much. I just need to do it. And so I did. And here we are with our 4 finished objects. I have worked on 2 other items, and one is a test knit, one is not. And yes, I know it's another test knit, but we it's gonna be a Christmas gift, and it'll probably be a Christmas gift for me, and that's okay. I have wanted to make one of these for a very long time, and there have been some additions to the pattern, and it needed to be tested again. So I was like, you know what? I think this is just, it was meant to be. I have to do it now. So I am test knitting the Holiday Doodle Cowl for Jamie of PNW Knit Designs, or Pacific Knit Designs, I think is what her designer name is, but her name is Jamie, and she just released the Autumn Doodle Cowl and hat, and like I need one of those now, basically. I found this cowl, the autumn one, and Jamie herself before, or like after testing had started. Otherwise I would have immediately wanted to test the autumn one. But I am not. I am testing the holiday one, and I've made a lot of progress. You know, this did not exist definitely not last Monday, but I knit most of this on Saturday. I think, yeah. What? So basically what this is a cowl that is a colorwork cowl. It's knitted to the round, so we have all the wonderful floats on the inside, which comes in handy if you don't want to weave in your ends, and you can just leave them hanging because they're all on the inside of the cowl. It is basically just a bunch of motifs that she has come up with and designed, and you can pick and choose which ones you want to do, just as long as you make the length that you want or that she calls for. That's all that really matters, and she lets you come up with the rest of it, which is why it's called a doodle cowl, basically, because you are kind of creating your own thing with the template and information that she has given you, which is super exciting. So I have gone for kind of a somewhat traditional, somewhat not traditional holiday color scheme. We have the red and green, obviously. This part actually is, there's a longer portion of this color work with the single stitches that is like half of the cowl, and the other half of the cowl is all the doodles. And yes, I have the red and green, I've got some maroon, I've got white, I've got green trees, I've got some holiday red up here that's kind of sparkly, but I have this purple and light blue. I thought that was nice. I'm excited. And now I'm using the same light blue with this, like, the sparkly red. It is the biggest stash buster. You don't have to make it a stash buster if you want. I believe it uses 5 colors. A minimum of 5 colors, I think. I mean, you can really do whatever you want. Most people in the testing group, I believe, if they're not going the stash busting scrappy route, they are doing 5 colors. I could be completely wrong. And I would check, but Instagram is down. So this is super exciting. This pattern is actually already published, but I believe the reason why it is being tested again is because Jamie has come up with more doodle charts, which is really exciting. So yes. Like I said, I have had this in my queue for a very long time and just have not gotten around to making it. And when I saw that it needed to be tested again, I was like, I think it'll be a gift for me. I think this needs to happen. It goes so quickly. It's not super, the rows are not very long. It's very nice. It's a quick knit. You do have a provisional cast on, and that way you can connect the these little bits, so it makes a full circle. I believe you can make it a twisted one if you want. I don't know if I'll do that. I have yet to decide. But it's the nice thing that, like, it's one of those patterns where you can kind of like pick and choose, make your own pattern. You have everything that you need in order to make this pattern your own. And yes, most people in the, or not most, that's a generalization. A lot of the people in the test knitting group before Instagram crashed and when I was looking at it yesterday, seem to have what they do, or what you can do, and I know you can do this for the autumn doodle cowl as well, is that you can print it out and then you can cut out each line of these like charts, and then you can line them up so you kind of have an idea of what you're doing, which I think is awesome. But I know that, one, I prefer to knit from my Kindle, or my Fire tablet. I think it's technically that, but I call it my Kindle. I knit from a PDF. I think that's the easiest thing for me to do and for me to carry it around, though I love and appreciate writing something on actual paper and knitting from that. And 2, our printer's very low on ink and I just didn't want to deal with that, so I am just kind of picking and choosing as I go along. I literally have no rhyme or reason. It is literally whatever just looks good to me. Same thing goes for the colors. I have no rhyme or reason. It's just a combination that I like and goes semi-okay with the one I did previously. So that is my thought process for coming up with this. It's super fun though. I would highly recommend it, and I feel like it's a very easy way to have a bigger color work project. If you have done hats before, if you've done smaller color work items and you want to move on to something that's not necessarily a sweater, because that is still a very big commitment, this is a great project. Also because, again, you can leave all your, look at those beautiful floats. Can we even? You can leave all your ends on the inside, and they could just hang out, because you're gonna be closing this up. It's too small to do it right now, but basically you're just gonna be closing up the ends, the stitches, all the ends will be on the inside. They can hang out and be happy. So, I'm loving this. This is so much fun. I am so excited about this. And it's also not like a super, super long cowl either. So and that is completely adjustable. However many doodles you want to add or take out, depending on how long you want it, it is up to you. So that's really nice. Will this cut into my mystery knit a long time? It probably will, but that's okay, because I feel like depending on the length of each doodle that I do, I can measure them out and figure out how many doodles I need to do a day to a certain point beforehand or whatever. And then obviously this section is very simple and straightforward. So it is color work. You do these single stitches every so often, and so it does look like that on the inside. But again, it's not going to snag anything because it's going to be on the inside. Look how beautiful. We love a good float. A float picture. It is truly wonderful. Show me your floats. We all like that, I know. Knitters, crafters. It's just very satisfying. Very, very satisfying. So yes, this has been mainly what I worked on Saturday. We did a lot of cleaning on Saturday just because, and then the A&M football game happened in the evening, and it's October, so if you are new, it is traditionally, now we have, Sam and I, same as my husband, we have done this, I think this is our 3rd year doing this, or 4th year, of taking the month of October and watching more spooky, scary things. And so we have started that, and that is very exciting. We love it. We always have a palate cleanser afterwards before bed to make ourselves feel better. Because that's always important, you know. But yeah, it's just a fun time all around. It's also putting me in the holiday spirit. I am just so excited for the holidays. They need to come closer, faster. I know we'll blink and Thanksgiving will be here before we know it, but like, mainly I just need it to be cooler. That's all I really need. And like the good food and just having happy things to be happy about. You know, we just need things to be joyful about. Because we do. Anyway, moving on. The other project that I have worked on was very spontaneous. I was not planning on working on this, but it truly is like the best throw in my purse. I can work on it wherever, it will get done. This is using Heathered Handmaid's Simple Sock in the Emerald colorway. I got this at her trunk show, which was at Pearly Girls a couple weekends ago. She does have an online shop, so I'd highly recommend you checking it out. I love this color. It is beautiful. And I don't have, like, I love this color. It's one of those colors that, like, I always forget about, and I'm like, I don't need anything green. It's not necessarily my favorite. But then when I do, it's like, wait a second. How do I not remember this? I need to do this more often. Like, I love this color. And then I forget, and then I remember, and it's a cycle. It's particularly this shade of green, like this emerald green. Yeah. So, I am knitting the Stormy Sky shawl. Boop. By Life is Cozy. and I've gotten a good amount of progress. The progress keeper is where I was last week. So it is a very open weaved, woven, whatever, shawl. We have garter stitch, we've got lace, we've got drop stitches, or elongated stitches I should say. It's knit on a very big needle. I think I'm using a 9. It's fingering weight. It's the stretchiest thing. Boop. It's gonna block so big, and I'm so excited. My progress keeper is from Little Bitty Delights. It is one of the caramel latte little dealy boppers. I love it. So nice. We're gonna move it now. But yeah, like I very spontaneously got coffee with 2 of my friends yesterday on Sunday afternoon. It just very randomly happened that was like the time that worked best for all of us. And we planned it the day of, and it was great. Love hanging out with them. I got a pumpkin spice latte. It was just so good. It was so amazing. And I knew that I hadn't finished the ribbing on my high point cowl yet, and I knew that that would not be enough knitting to get me through the whole hangout time with them. And I was like, well, what do I do then? I was not prepared. And then I remembered that I had this, and it fits perfectly in my purse that I carry around, and I got a ton done. So that's really awesome. I'm just knitting away. At this point, I'm not really following the pattern. I haven't counted my pattern repeats in a while. There's quite a few of them though, so I don't think I'm getting close by any means, but I feel like this is use up as much yarn as I can, saving some for tassels, of course, because we love a good tassel on a shawl. I love this. Again, this is another really great one skein project. I believe that their Life is Cozy does have quite a few one skein amazing projects. This is also a free pattern, so we can't go wrong with that. It's very straightforward. It's super fun. I would say that if you are like a very beginning knitter and you want to knit something that's not a scarf necessarily, and you want to try something new and has a little bit of lace and it's got some funness, it's super instant gratification because you're knitting on a 9 with fingering weight yarn. So it just like grows instantly, and it's the best. And you have the funness of the enjoyment of elongated stitches and experiencing that, and then dropping those stitches just right off your needle, and it's like, woo, I'm dropping the stitches off my needle and it's all okay, and it's making a very cool texture, and I love it. It's super awesome. Very easy to follow, very easy to read. Would highly recommend. Good one skein. Those special skeins, we all have them. We all have a lot of them. Or I do anyway. I have quite a few special single skeins, and I can definitely see myself returning to this pattern for sure. For sure. So, Stormy Sky shawl by Life is Cozy. Would highly recommend. Highly recommend. So I have not worked on my diamond jumper at all by Ann Bensel. So I'm not going to show it because I didn't make any progress. But I will talk about it just very briefly. Last week I did say that my goal is to wear it or have it with me during Thanksgiving, which we are going to go see my parents for Thanksgiving. They just recently moved to Colorado, and I just need that. I need that sweater there. I need to take pictures of this sweater there. It is happening. But I didn't work on it at all this week because I was trying to get the other 4 finished objects done, which, good for me, I did do that. So that is very exciting. And I think, did I also say this one was going to be done? And now it's done. I do apologize for this background noise. I don't know if you can hear it, but There has been a lot of work going on in this apartment complex today. They've been very loud. I have no idea what they're doing. It's not the regular, like, lawn care. There was a power washer at some point. I have no idea. But I apologize if the sound has been irritating. So either way, diamond jumper, I'm going to get back on working on that regularly. Although once the mystery knit along starts, and if, depending on where I am with my holiday doodle cowl, those are going to be my 2 projects in rotation. And then obviously the Stormy Sky shawl if I need super mindless stuff. But I do want to work on my diamond jumper because I do want to get it done, because I do want to wear it and take pictures in the mountains. All I can think of is Sound of Music songs right now, and they're not very relevant, but it has to do with hills and mountains, and I'm sure you can guess. Maybe you were thinking the same thing. I don't know. Maybe we're on the same wavelength. But I will spare you from singing random songs that have literally nothing to do with knitting sweaters. Anyway, so yeah, the diamond jumper, it's needing to, oh, was it Pink Fizz? Maybe that's what I was thinking about. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Either way, I got this Wool and Honey done, and I got the Jensen Cardigan done, and I got the Lumpy Space done, and I got the Test Knit High Point Cowl done. So good. Like that. I'm so proud of myself just right before the mystery knit along starts, like just knocking things out of the park. Look at me go. And I mean, as of today, when I'm recording this, I still have several days to get things done before the mystery knit along starts. So I suppose if I really wanted to, I could just really, really crank through this holiday doodle cowl. I think that would be a lot. I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm going to do my best to get as much done as I can. And then no more test knitting for the rest of the year. I promise. No more. No more. Because the diamond jumper needs to get done. Because that is the priority, you know? You know? I know, but I don't always stand by that, apparently. I have so many things I want to knit. I feel like my knitting mojo and just creative inspiration kind of ebbs and flows throughout the week, depending on many things of like how tired I am, if it was a good day, if I've knitted at all at that point. When I'm looking at my projects that are sitting more visibly in the living room, and just yarn and stuff that I have sitting around, and it's like, I really want to cast all this stuff on, but you know what? There's the mystery knit along that's coming. I need to finish all these other things. There's just not enough hours in the day, and I know we all have that problem. It is not just me, and I know I am not the only one who feels this way. This is something that a lot of people, regardless of what your hobby is, and even if it's not regarding a hobby, there's not always enough hours in the day to get everything done. Whether you want to get these things done or not, there's just not enough time. And that's okay. We do our best. And our best is good enough. That's all that really matters. Just as long as we do our best and what we can. That's all that matters. So that is all that I have, knitting-wise. I had a lot. I hope this is still a decently lengthy episode. I hope I didn't race through all those projects too quickly. But either way, 4 finished objects, that's really great. 2 projects that have made good progress. 1 brand new one that's like, what? Where did this come from? And I'm very proud of myself. So, everyone, by the time, I just realized I have not talked about my Mystery Knit Along colors. Because it is cast, they are cast, or they're not cast on. What am I saying? They are wound. I do have my needles. They're ready to go. I have this one, which is Madeline Tosh BFL Light in the, oh, what is it called? I have it in here, but can I remember? Nope. Saffron. That's what it's called. I was like, it starts with an S. I have this one. Then I have that, which is Skein Yarns. In the colorway, I don't remember. Rusty Rock. Then we have this, which is, whoopies. I'm a center pull person. I pull from the center. That is my personal preference. I understand there are pros and cons to both pulling from the inside and pulling from the outside. I'm willing to take the risks of pulling from the inside of a skein, and that is what I do, and that is what I will always do, unless I think it wise to do otherwise. But this is what I do, and this is what I'm gonna do. We're just gonna lean it up against my head. So now we have Madeline Tosh Mo Light in the Kitten colorway. This is left over from a project many years ago. Then we have this guy, which is Suburban Stitcher Eggplant. And that got switched out. And then we have this one, which is just amazing, and it is Suburban Stitcher Quinceañera. Whoa! Well, that didn't work. I do apologize. I had very high hopes for that. Okay, we're gonna just make them, restack them. Okay. Ugh. The beauty of podcasting. This is just very glamorous, you know. Here we go. Okay, can we do it again? I don't know. Do we risk it? Haha! There we go. These are my colors. For the Stephen West 2021 Mystery Knit Along, I am so excited. I cannot wait to get started. By the time I talk to you next, it will have been cast on. Can we even? I am so excited, everyone. Oh my goodness. Do you have your yarn wound up? Do you have your colors picked? I know, I'm just over the moon. I just can't even. In regards to placement, I have no idea, but we have no idea. We will have no idea until we actually get started. And then what will happen then? I do have various mohairs in here. Actually, I think I only have one mohair, but I do have this toasted marshmallow mohair from Heather of Heathered Handmaids in there, just in case. And I need to throw some other mohairs in here as well if I want to have a, I think last year he called it a mohair dare. Maybe the year before. If I want to have a mohair dare, which may happen, may not, I have no idea. I just want to have the option to do it because I'm prepared. I need to create a little box of all my favorite progress keepers and stitch markers so it's all ready to go and in the same bag, and it's my favorite knitting event. Like one of my top favorite, if not the top favorite, knitting event. Which is a bold statement to make as an Enneagram 9. I feel like that's a bold statement to make, but I do feel very strongly about that. And I stand by it. So, we are so excited. Are you excited? I'm so excited. People who I know who don't knit are excited for me, which I just think is so amazing and speaks very highly of the people I'm friends with. They are just so wonderful, and they're excited for me to be excited for this event. They've been with me, we've been friends for long enough that they've been through this process many times, and so they're looking forward to it too, and I think that is just so much fun that this knitting event, this crafting event, is not only worldwide, but also spreads into people who don't even knit. They're excited about it too, and that's amazing. And we're all being creative in our own way, and we're all making things that bring us joy. And we can thank Stephen West because he is just incredible. Just can't even. I'm so excited. Okay, are we just so excited for next week? I cannot wait to show you what it is. I have no idea. We have no idea, but I cannot wait to see. So that is very exciting. Cannot wait for next Monday. Or Friday, I guess really is when I start, but I get to show it to you all on Monday. So that is all that I have for you all this week. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and just listening to me, especially around this time of year when I just get overly excited about the mystery knit along and just repeat myself for a good 10 minutes. But I just feel very strongly about it. I have all the social medias, all the show notes, all the yarn store information. They will be linked all the various places. If you have any questions or just want to say hello, please feel free to send me a message. I would love to say hi. I feel like I love my viewers. You are all wonderful friends. You are wonderful people. So thank you so much for coming back every week, listening to me ramble. We had no weather discussion. We haven't had weather discussion in a while. I feel like. Intense weather discussion anyway. I hope you had a wonderful weekend and you continue to have a wonderful week. If you have crafty plans, I hope that they are so successful. Are you ready for the mystery knit along? Is your yarn wound up? Are you participating? Are you knitting another West Knit shawl? Or are you just living vicariously through people around you, which is also very wonderful and also very exciting. What are you working on right now? Please let me know. I would love to be in the loop of what you are working on. I have crafty plans. We have lots of crafty plans that are coming up. We have the holiday doodle, the diamond jumper, the mystery knit along. I would also like to work on my pink fizz and there was something else. I have several languishing whips that I haven't worked on in a while, and they like randomly they'll come into my mind and it's like, oh, I forgot about that. I should work on it. And then I forget. And then I remember, it's just this another cycle. It's the same thing that has to do with that emerald green color. But that's okay. You know, eventually we'll get around to working on things and then it'll eventually get done. Anyway, thank you so much for being here with me today. Thank you for giving up so much of your time to spend with me, to listen to what I have to say, whether it's interesting or not, me singing. It really, truly does mean a lot to me that you all hang out with me week after week. It is just so wonderful, and I'm hugely blessed by that. You are wonderful. You are enough. Good luck with all your knitting and crafting and whatever. If you are just in the middle of your day, good luck with the rest of your day. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, morning, wherever you are in the world. And with that, I will see you guys next week. Bye. The mystery knit along starts next week. I'll be so excited. I'm so excited. Yeah. I'll leave that in. You know why not.